Welcome to the Fuquay Arena Youth Football and Cheer Program. We'll begin our presentation momentarily. Please note the entire presentation is on loop, and we will post it on our website at the conclusion of this evening's events.
Welcome, Bengal families. This is one of your commissioners, Stacy Smith. We look forward to a strong 2022 season, and welcome back if you're a returning player. We're going to spend a little bit of time this evening introducing some of our staff, coaches, volunteers, and give you a little overview about our season. Hold tight and note that this whole video will be on loop. Thank you. Go Bengals.
Welcome to the Fuquay Arena Youth Football and Cheer Program. My name's Harry Hoover. I'm one of the founding members of this fantastic organization, and want to welcome you and your family to this, where your kids are going to find and learn the basic fundamentals of both football and cheer. And you're also going to find that this is a wealth and a wonderful family to be part of. And I wish you the best this fall, and have fun and enjoy everything that we have actually done through the years.
Hello everyone. Welcome to the 9th season of Strong Center Football. My name is Coach John Melia, and I'm here to wish you a great season.
Stacy Smith here again. Here's our agenda for the evening, spending a little time talking about the Strong Center, Fuquay Arena Youth Football, our relationship with USA Football, and a few words from our coaches. Once again, this entire presentation is on loop.
The Fuquay Arena football program is part of the Strong Center for Excellence. It is our parent organization. The Strong Center for Excellence was formed in late 2012 as a 501c3 nonprofit by Danny Strong, shown to the right in this picture. Also in the picture is Thomas Jones, also one of our board members, very involved in the basketball side of the organization. Our mission is to empower youth to maximize their potential through athletics, academics, and through character.
The Strong Center offers football, basketball, and most recently wrestling. The basketball programs offer skills, camps, and travel teams each year, as well as football offers skills, 7-on-7 travel teams, and our football travel team. Our recent addition of wrestling camps and skills will be through the Southern Wake Wrestling program. We strive to make a difference to the community through our service, such as tutoring, mentoring, and interviewing skills. And we always look for other partners in our program with like-minded coaches and like-minded individuals who desire to serve our community. So please let us know if you're interested. Thank you.
About 7 years ago, we began the football affiliation with the Strong Center. At that time, we established the mission to provide a quality youth football program with a team focus that stresses progressive development each and every participant through knowledge, skills, fitness, fun, and sportsmanship, with a competitive spirit within our Fuquay Arena community and surrounding areas. Similar, when we began the affiliation with the Strong Center, we created a vision to be the coveted youth football organization in Eastern North Carolina. Please note that the vision talks about a coveted program, that being a key part of our focus. We believe a coveted program is a program that people can count on, that other programs would like to emulate, and that our participants want to be involved in each and every year. We move away from things like elite, select, etc. So again, as we look towards how we operate each and every day, we want to continue to carry that coveted aspect and do the right things each day, knowing that all the right things will lead to our success as individuals and as organizations.
because I get to tackle.
So our program objectives, as you can see here, begins with safety. We feel our connection with USA Football helps be on top of and aware of all of the newest and changes to techniques presented in football, such as heads-up football, and the awareness of all of the health and safety aspects of dehydration, sudden cardiac arrest, other things such as the pre-participation physicals. We want to make sure that the kids are prepared to play each year and that our coaches are aware of the concerns that we have so that everyone can play as healthy and as safe as we can in the game of football. Sportsmanship is one of those aspects of the game that goes without saying. We want to honor our opponent, and we want to have healthy competition and play the game in an honorable fashion. Positive competition. We want these kids to go to places that they didn't know they could go. We want to do that through encouragement. We'll find that we have many aspects of motivation for each kid, and the coaches will work to try to find that formula. But we want to do it in a positive fashion, and we want to be doing the right things every day that will lead us towards success. It's not about the win, although that's certainly our goal, but we want to be doing the right things to get ourselves there, and that happens beginning at practice, through reps, through involvement, and through encouragement, and through the responsibility of the player to listen, hear, give the effort, and be a part of the team. We also recognize that family engagement is important, that there is a triangle of the coach, the player, and the parent. And we want to work with the parents to not have them involved in coaching the game, but to be able to have a place for feedback. If you have concerns about the progression of your child in the sport, we have many ways for the parent to ask questions or to get feedback or so forth. And that'll be through our team moms, our head coaches, our administration. We are open to providing that feedback, but again, we want it to be done in the right ways. We want that to be done after practice and after games at a time that we can reflect on what's best for our participants and our players. Fun. We want to make sure that we don't get so caught up in everything that we forget about the main reason we play sports is fun. We think that there's a structure and discipline to having fun. Everybody has to work together, and that is one of the greatest aspects of football and cheer is working as a team, and we find that is going to be the fun, not running around and horse playing. We're going to be focused on coming together as a team and watching the success of that team to be part of the fun of the program. Lastly, player development. Each practice, we're going to be working on circuits, individual skills. Then we come to some skeleton offense, skeleton defense. and then ultimately team. We recognize in each and every day that we want to have kids get as many reps as they can. We want to see more opportunities for them to go through their individual skills, and we recognize that each of those skills lead towards team success and the thing that hopefully you'll hear throughout the season, to do your job. And if everybody focuses on doing their job, the team comes together and we will find success. But again, this starts with the individual player development, and these are the things that, as a parent, you really want to see is the individual working, giving the effort, and getting a little bit better every season. And certainly that includes both their athletic ability, but their IQ for the game.
All right, we begin our football journey on Monday. Hopefully this journey takes us from the heat of August into the cold of November, over 17 weeks as we hopefully move through regular season and end in championship play. We'll talk a little bit about the first 2 weeks of practice here and the field layout. But the important note here is that we have moved our venue from Fuquay Elementary School to 2930 Optimus Farm Road in Apex. It's about 4 or 5 minutes just up Johnson Pond Road from where we were previously practicing. Please note in the map here that there are 2 entrances into the farm. There's a single gate entrance here where my cursor is, and there's a double gate entrance a little bit further down. We want to use this double gate entrance and then move our way along the access road on the property. Now, assuming if you're watching this at our meeting that you have successfully made it to the clubhouse and the property. In the first week of practice, we will begin with helmets the first couple days, and then work into helmet and shoulder pads, and then into full pads. This week is really set up for getting the kids conditioned, used to the heat, but then also making sure that we get the equipment fitting correct. It does take a little time to get the adjustments right. Even sometimes, again, with the helmets their heads will swell, and for some of the younger kids, there will be tears, and we're prepared to work through that. Football can be kind of tough in these first 2 weeks. If you're a latecomer, please bear with us as well. Again, it'll take us a little bit longer to get uniforms. We should have ample equipment, but again, we'll have the second order of uniform and jerseys that may impact our first or second games. But again, we'll work through our options. Others, we hope to have our uniforms in soon. They're always delayed a little bit with the push of many other programs at this time of year. Now, first day of practice, note that a medical clearance form must be turned in. The kid will not be allowed to practice on that first day without this form. If you are not able to get it from your doctor in a timely manner, the urgent cares also will help review participation. We're also okay for forms that we have provided at the Strong Center. We're okay with the school participation forms, and we're also okay with general doctor's note. One other thing that we need to get before we get into games is a state-issued ID. IDs acceptable are military IDs, U.S. passports, or any state-issued ID. Although we won't look for it in the Jamboree, but once we begin our first games on August 28th, that ID will have to be in place for the child to participate. Now let's talk a little bit about the layout of the field. All of our football facilities will be up here on the top part of the map, top right part of the map. And so as we progress from bottom to top, the AU team will practice in the general fields here. The cheer will practice just above them. And then here in the central part of the field, we have our concession trailer, snack shack, first aid area, And then we'll be able to have some porta-johns this year. They'll be staged right around the volleyball court. On the main field, we'll have the 10Us at the bottom part, 12U in the middle, and 14U along the top. Note here where the yellow bars, that's where parents can sit. We will be out in the open, so it's totally acceptable for you to bring a tent, put it up, certainly during these warmer, sunny days as we get started. Parking is going to be along here to the left, and through the month of August, we'll be sharing this area with the volleyball programs of the Optimus Farm. So just be patient and be kind of the volleyball program. And again, if we need additional parking, we'll just continue to extend parking down the field. Please, as you drive through, drive slowly because there'll be a lot of kids around, and we want to make sure we don't have any problems. The clubhouse is down here to the bottom. That'll be off limits. We've provided restroom facilities with the porta-johns, and if you need other things, the snack shack will be available. We have a cross-country course that I assume the coaches will be able to use that a little bit. And as we get further into the season, we'll have light plants running, and those light plants will be staged around the facility. So that should be kind of the layout. Now note, we've kind of given the areas for the parents to be. We do not want parents on the field. If you're on the field, we'll ask you to step back to these parent areas. We need to have coaches have full access, and sometimes parents like to kind of wander up there and talk to coaches. But please talk to coaches before practice or after practice, or send emails or text. That's the best time to get feedback so that they have their full run of the field and the full run of the time period that they have. So we appreciate that as well. Also, the watering stations, they'll be on the opposite side of the fields. Generally, we like the kids to continue to run to the water stations, work with their coaches, and not get too caught back up when running back and forth to parents. So just can honor the separation as we really get the kids to work as a team. Okay, so all that through the first week and the layout of the facility, and then once we come back on Monday, the second week, that's when we begin contact. And again, we're not a heavy contact program, and frankly, football's not as heavy contact as it may have been when you were in school. But we definitely do the necessary contact to make sure the kids are ready for the season and can handle the shock of it. So be careful with just be careful with your thoughts, because again, we are going to try to do this in a safe manner, and then as we get further into the season, we'll see a little less of that. So, all right, thank you.
Once we get through the practice part of the season, we'll be ready to move into our Jamboree on August 20th. This will be our 4th annual Jamboree, short of the COVID year. Exciting event for us, and we bring a lot of teams. We hope to get another 30 teams into the event again this year. We're also excited that our home field will be Fuquay-Varina High School again. We have spent several years away during the reconstruction of the high school, and we'll be glad to be back to our home field again. You'll note here we have the schedule. There is team letters that went out in all your equipment that will have the schedule. Note there'll be a slightly different schedule for the Mini, Mighty, and Pee Wee teams versus the 14U at-large teams. For the most part, the league tries to co-locate our 14U games with the rest of our games, and it looks like they're successful in that. And then you'll notice a couple of deviations on our away games. The 14U team may be in a different location than the rest of the team. We'll continue to play through the season. Hopefully we'll have another successful year and move into the playoffs as we have for the last many seasons. And playoffs will basically roll right into November. We'll play consecutive weekends, and again, it's a single elimination bracket. And if we win, we're in the championship game, and so on.
We usually try to wrap it up the weekend before Thanksgiving. And note that this season we'll be hosting the Super Bowl, and that will be at Durham County Stadium in Durham. Nice venue for this event. So stay tuned with your coaches if there's any changes within this seasonal schedule. That does happen as teams struggle with numbers or have to make changes. So just stay with your coach, and thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Kelly Swenson. I'm the head team mom this season for the football program. I'm happy to meet everyone and look forward to seeing you out at practice soon. I'd like to take a couple minutes to talk about the team moms. So each team will have a group of moms that are helping with all activities related to football and trying to help the coaches. So during the preseason, we're helping with equipment sizing, equipment packing and pickup, and we're working with each of you as parents to receive all of the documents and photo IDs that will help us create player roster cards that are used during each game that we play this season. During practice, we'll be around selling spirit gear and also work with each of you as a liaison between us, you, and the coaches. We'll take your questions and be able to receive any feedback that you would like to have get back to each of your coaches. On game day, we can participate in anything from weigh-in. The mini moms are definitely a lot busier. We are on the field helping with water, tying shoes, getting players to the sidelines, and helping with halftime snacks. And for the mighty and peewee moms, they're less involved but still needed to help the coaches count plays for each of the players as well as halftime snacks. We'll also be looking for volunteers on our home game days. We like to try to put on the best experience that we can for our players and our visitors. And during that day, we'll have volunteer opportunities that include setup before the games, making sure that we have trash pickup taken care of. We have volunteers that are on the field working the chains throughout each of the games, as well as scoreboard. One of the other items that we are always looking for is to leave the facility like we found it. So we do want to make sure that we have a cleanup crew available at the end of each of the games.
Good morning, everyone. We're the Stone family, and our son Drake, who we have a picture of because teenagers don't do videos with their parents anymore. So our son Drake played with the Bengals for 6 years. He played 2 years of Mighties, 2 years of Minis, 2 years of Pee-wees, and he has aged out of the program. We were very sad about that. We enjoyed every second of our time with our football families, but this organization cannot make it without volunteers. Volunteers are so important, and we volunteered the entire 6 years that we were in the program, and we enjoyed every second of it. We made so many memories, we made so many friends that to this day we still spend an enormous amount of time with, and will continue to spend time with and make memories. We did everything from team mom to setting up the fields, taking down the fields, cleaning up, jamborees, snack shack. My husband here, as you're probably here, better known as Big Sexy, did all the cooking. He was amazing. He had a great time, but we really enjoyed it. And we just suggest that you volunteer your time, spend time with the kids. You will not regret it. And it's just an amazing part of our life that we'll never forget. And we really, really appreciate all the time and energy that the program puts into these kids. You got anything to say, Johnson?
You'll never regret donating your time for your kids' organization and other kids. They really need you out there.
Thank y'all. Have a great season.
Our football program works hard to communicate through various means, including websites, social media, texting apps, and our Google Calendar. What you see here is a number of our links from the Strong Center to the Fuquay Football's website and Facebook, amongst Twitter and Instagram. Additionally, the league website, ewfl-football.com, is a a good source of standings and schedules and scores. We'll mainly communicate through email and through social media with Facebook, but we've continued to use the team app this season, and the team app can be accessed through the website at this link, or you can download the app and put it on your phone and be able to gather notifications. The team app is really important for when we have emergency situations like last minute cancellations of practice or communicating out to parents and so forth on changes. So I definitely recommend downloading the app and join the group. So there are multiple groups within the app. Again, if you're Mini, Mighty, Cheer, etc., once you join that group, then any focus messages will go there. Also, we have the Google Calendar. We recommend you perhaps load it to your phone. We do try to keep it updated with regular season schedule, practice, adjustments for holidays, games, etc. So again, for the most part, when you're trying to plan ahead, we're trying to give you the tools to be able to plan ahead, while again, last minute changes are best through the team app.
All right, our football program, we carry a lot of community spirit, and just wanted to throw a couple other items in here for you to be aware of. Most all practices and certainly games, home games, we're going to have a concession trailer. You will see that this evening. It's well blazoned, Strong Center and Fuquay football, but it's where we have our hats, shirts, stickers, other sort of promotional items available. So if you're interested, please stop by the trailer or check in with one of the team moms. Each season we'll do an online donation campaign. Our program runs about $350 to $400 per kid, and as you can see, the registration, there's a little bit of a gap, and we fill that gap through some of our online donation campaigns and our program sponsorships. If we are lucky enough to have any sort of excess in our donation drives, that goes into our futures account, because we do hope one day to have our own fields, and we have been able to grow that count a little bit each season. If you find yourself in need of equipment, if you would like your own helmet, own shoulder pads, or even additional pants, etc., please come talk to us, because we're going to be able to do that cheaper than you're going to be able to get it anywhere else through our wholesale discounts with our suppliers, and we're happy to pass that right back on to you in the program. So ask one of the team moms, talk to myself, Coach Smith, or Coach Melia, and we'll try to get you connected. Sponsorships, we're always looking for our community organizations that are interested in helping out our program. We have a sponsorship page on the website. Certainly ask one of our team moms or administrators to direct you if you can't find it. But again, matching gift programs. Again, we are a 501c3 nonprofit, and everything helps build towards our kids and our community, and we could use your help. Please note, at the end of the season, we'll have a program survey. We have found that to be very helpful in making adjustments to our program, from the parents' perspective to how we run game day to how we run practices to all of our features. So whenever you see that come out, please help us and take some time and give us some feedback, and we can handle the good with the bad. And then we also have a suggestion box. So if you just want the good old-fashioned way of scribbling some thoughts down on a piece of paper, drop it in the box at the team or the concession trailer. Any other questions? Feel free to email us, come talk to us, let us know. We want to hear from you. Thank you. Okay, parents, let's talk about you guys a minute. We have codes of conduct for all of our participants in our program, but I wanted to highlight the parent code of conduct because we find that we have lots of energy and have lots of opinions about officials and coaches and players and so forth, and we ask you to continue to be positive. Many years I will just simply to roll this up and say, parents, please don't be insane. We need to stay sane out there because again, the officials are going to make bad calls. The coach may call some wrong plays. It may just be a whole different situation that you see differently from the stands, and we want to maintain our composure and our sportsmanship throughout. Again, continue to be positive, continue to cheer, continue to be have the energy that we count on our teams to have every year, but try to keep it in perspective, because at the end of the day, we want our kids to have a good time. And you all see these situations where parents get out of control or the coaches get out of. We just don't need that. This is a program that we're going to be positive, and we're going to represent ourselves in a positive manner no matter what we encounter from the other side. So just think a little bit about this as you go into the season, and we'll work through it together. We've been able to do it year in, year out, and I'll count on you to do the same. All right. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Myla Goodnight. And I'm Julie Dunaway, and we are going to be your safety coaches for the Bengals this year. Look forward to seeing everybody on the field.
Mallory and I are going to highlight some of the important aspects of our safety program, including dehydration, concussions, and the weather. To start, I'm going to talk about dehydration. It's important to have your child drink water throughout the day, not just at practice. We want to make sure your child has enough water at practice, so please make sure your child brings their own water bottle to each practice and each game. We will have large containers of water available at practice and at games if needed or as a backup. Signs of dehydration are, or things to look for would be urine color. The darker the urine, the more dehydrated your child might be. If your child has a dry mouth or is not producing tears.
Obviously, concussions is something we would all like to avoid this season. USA Football is big on concussion prevention, and we'll be watching a video of that further in the presentation. If there's any concerns from Julie or I or any of the coaches for a head injury, either at practice or in games, your child will be pulled off the field and be assessed for concussions. A few of the signs and symptoms to look out for could be headache, dizziness, blurred vision, difficulty thinking, memory loss, sensitivity to noise, light, vomiting are all things we'll be looking and assessing for. If we think it could be a little serious, we'll get the parents involved if needed. If we think they're good to go back out and play, we will find you and just give you a quick thumbs up or a wave to let you know they're fine.
Weather is another important safety factor that we have to deal with each season. If we know bad weather is approaching, our entire staff will be assessing the weather and the field conditions, and a call will be made by 4 p.m. via text alert and social media. Fuquay Arena football will play and practice rain or shine, given good field conditions and no lightning. Depending upon the weather, if happening during practice or during a game, we will continuously be watching the radar closely to make decisions accordingly. If you at any time have any questions for Mallory and I, please come grab one of us. We will now watch a short video on USA Football.
Heads Up Football is a comprehensive approach to a better, safer game.
Heads Up Football is a great program because it's bringing, number one, how we want to block, tackle, and play the game of football with our head and our eyes up.
Heads Up Football is an exciting program. We want to make sure and support it.
I had youth coaches come up to me and say, Coach, I'm just a youth coach. And I stopped them right there and said, listen, you're as important or more important than I am.
The efforts of USA Football are critically important to make the game better.
We launched a pilot program in 2012. We had 3 locations across the country. At the end of 2014, we expect more than 50% of youth leagues across all 50 states to join us.
Number one, USA Football has done a tremendous job of really educating a lot of the youth league coaches. I know at our camp we followed the guidelines USA Football teaches.
So what is Heads Up Football? It starts with every coach being certified through our nationally accredited coaching course. From there, we train a league's player safety coach who assesses and verifies that coaches comprehend the program's 4 pillars: equipment fitting, concussion awareness, heat and hydration, and heads-up tackling.
Never has there been a greater responsibility for coaches to get it right and to teach the right technique.
When you teach a young kid how to tackle, you teach him how to tackle the right way at an early age, he will always do it.
Commissioners, they care immensely about their coaches, about their parents, about the players in their respective leagues. They want to provide a better, safer experience. They need to work with USA Football and the Heads Up Football program to do that.
I would say this, is to only, as a parent, allow your child to play when you know that that USA Football certification is there for the coach and that you know that he's being taught the proper fundamentals of the game.
Heads Up Tackling is going to continue to help our game improve. Heads Up Football has 4 steps. First, we want to identify a player safety coach in every organization. This is a person that has credibility amongst the coaches, amongst the parents, someone that's striving to be a leader and really wants to be part of the changing of the culture of football.
I think all high school and youth coaches should adopt Heads Up Football so we know what our young people are learning.
Well, I don't think there's anything more important to the game than the safety of the participants. And we're all in this together.
The second step is the player safety coach and the coaches work together to assess and verify that they understand proper equipment fitting, concussion management, and heads-up tackling.
If there's any gray area whatsoever, if a young man has a concussion, as we like to say, when in doubt, sit them out.
Step 3 is the moment where the player safety coach and the coaches bring the parents and the players together in what we call the Heads Up Football Safety Clinic.
It's not just, the coaches doing it. You yourself, you can be involved with the clinics and everything else.
Utilize the opportunity to protect our game for future generations by educating yourselves, using USA Football and the Heads Up program.
My son was 8, coming home with all these stories about football. I knew nothing of it. So went online, Googled how to learn football, and I found USA Football. I registered as a parent, and I became a certified coach, and then I was able to understand football and make sure what the coaches were teaching my kid, who spent so much time with my kid, that they were doing it right.
And we show them Heads Up Tackling. They will be part of the solution.
Heads Up Tackling, that's the name of the game. Teach the fundamentals correctly.
So I can truly look at a parent who has those questions and say, here's what we've done.
It's the ability to directly address those men and women who volunteer their time to help the next generation of football players.
And the final step of Heads Up Football is the player safety coach continuing to work with the coaches throughout the season. Are they practicing it properly? Are they reducing helmet contacts during the practice week? And ultimately, are they applying that in the game scenarios?
They're seeing a very distinct improvement and reduction in injury. And I think that says a lot about the program.
If I can have one kid look at me the way I looked at my youth coaches and my high school coaches, that would make this worthwhile to me.
So what happens next? Heads Up Football, rooted in education, is changing behavior for the better. The response from coaches, parents, and players confirms we're heading down the right path, and there is more work to do. In addition to youth football leagues nationwide signing up for Heads Up Football, we are receiving interest from middle and high school programs across the country.
If you're an administrator at a high school, you're being asked the question, how are you making our program safer? What are you doing for my kids? We can answer that now.
This marks the first time that consistent teaching of technique and terminology in football, from youth through high school, is taking place, and that is a significant step forward.
The game has always evolved toward better technique, better teaching, safer play. Heads Up Football is just simply another step in the long history of the game.
And I think with anything, as you evolve, you learn.
If your league is not a Heads Up Football league, then you need to become one.
We want to ensure the health of football for a long time to come, and everyone coming to work together toward that effort. It's a terrific thing to see.
Heads Up Football for a better, safer game.
Hi, I'm Megan.
And I'm Kristen.
And we are your new coaches this season.
We're excited to have you here with us. We're going to do a lot of cheers.
And chants.
And routines.
And cheer explosion.
Get ready for a fun, exciting time.
Hello, Bengals cheer program. I am Coach Megan. I am new this year, and I am very excited to be joined by Coach Kristen. Between the two of us, we have several years experience with cheer, and we hope to be able to pass that on to your girls. We can be reached at cheer@fuquayfootball.com. So far, we have 13 girls signed up, plus our returning mascot space is still open. We will be having an all-parent meeting on July 29th at 5:30 p.m., which is at our Optimus Farm location, the same location we will be practicing at. We will have 2 nights a week that we meet to practice, 1 hour each day. That will be determined at our first and maybe second practice. We are going to try our best to work around everybody's schedules, but we know it's difficult. That's why we hope to have some team moms signed up to help. We will have a 2-week boot camp, Monday through Friday, August 1st to August 5th, and August 8th to August 12th, from 6 to 8 p.m. at the Optimus Farm location. We will also have a parent Q&A and a uniform sizing that first practice, so it's very important that you be there. We want to make sure all girls have the uniforms that they need. We are going to participate in the Jamboree this year, which will be on Saturday, August 20th. This will be a short performance with choreography that we will be going over in our practices. This season, the cheer squad will perform at our Mighty Games each Saturday. There will be 4 home and 4 away. We will be doing sideline cheers and a halftime show. This will also include some simple stunts, and once we can kind of review what everybody's skills and abilities are, we will determine what those will be. We will also be performing in the end of year cheer explosion, which will be this fall. Typically, it's the first week in November. We will let you know the details as soon as they are provided to us. We do ask that all girls have their white cheer shoes and white ankle socks purchased before the Jamboree date. Let's go over our list of our coaches' expectations for this year. First of all, we want it to be a super fun year for everybody involved. We have some returning girls, a lot of new girls. Kristen and myself are new, so we're going to make this a fun year. We want to be able to showcase everybody's abilities and skills, but we do need to remain a uniform group, so we are going to do our best to incorporate everybody's abilities into cheers and stunts. Please arrive to every practice on time and ready to go. Bring a water bottle, that's important. It's going to be hot these first couple of months. If you must miss a practice, please reach out to one of your coaches as soon as possible. We know people have vacations planned, family coming into town, and illnesses arise. We will have a link to view all of our chants and cheers on our website. Our hope is that everyone can practice at home as well, because we do have some difficult new cheers this year. We want to make sure everybody is prepared for every game and performance. Please arrive to games on time and fully in uniform. This includes shoes, socks, cheer uniform, pom-poms, hair up, ready to go. We do request that you put your hair up for every game. It's very helpful to keep it out of your face. We're open to pigtails, ponytails, buns, whatever works for your hair. We do have some great cheer bows coming for the season. We want to be able to show those off. And again, we want this just to be a positive experience for everybody involved. If you have any issues, please reach out to one of your coaches individually. We will do our best to address all concerns and make accommodations as needed. All right, Bengals, let's go. Cheer team moms. This is a super important volunteer opportunity. Kristen and I can only do so much. We need help. We need volunteers to make this season a success. Team moms are very important. Kristen and I get it. We both have kids at home in several different directions. Kristen has 2 children at home. I have 3. We know that this is important. Some duties that we've kind of decided this will include would be a rideshare program. If you are able to help get a child to and from practice or games with your own child, I'm sure a lot of parents would appreciate that. Can you help with hair? Are you good with hairstyles? Ponytails, pigtails, buns? We're okay with any of them, but all of the girls need to have their hair up during games and performances. We have a lot of little girls this year. Can you help them get to the restroom and get back safely? We want to provide healthy snacks. Water is provided, but these girls are going to get hungry. Can we get a sign-up genius and moms to provide healthy snacks and help distribute them during games? Also, in the past, girls have had a ton of glitter in their hair and their bodies. We are not committed to that. We want to respect every parent's opinion on that, but at the same time, if we want that, we're going to need help with that. Please let us know if you can help out, even if it's only once or twice a week, here and there, sporadically. We understand. We get it. We're moms too. Please let us know if you can help out.
This is Coach Moore, head coach of the Fuquay Bengals Mini Mites football team. The coaches and I have been prepping all off season for the season to return to Super Bowl and take home the trophy. We've been working in 7-7 skill sessions, all sorts of drills. What have you been doing? Are you ready? All I gotta say is, let's go!
Welcome everyone to the 2022 Fuquay Bengals football season. I would like to take a moment to introduce you to the Mighty Mite coaching staff. Our head coach and offensive coordinator is Justin Moore. Our defensive coordinator is Bo Mays. Our position coaches are Rob Williams, Matt Barrios, and Philip Jacobs. Practice is essential to our team's success in your child's development. Please show up on time with the proper equipment that will allow your child to participate. Also bring plenty of fluids to keep your child hydrated. We expect each player to display sportsmanship and respect to their teammates, coaches, officials, and opponents. And we're asking parents to be shining examples of sportsmanship and respect during practice and games. The coaching staff will give maximum effort during games and practice. In return, we ask that of the players. Over the next 2 weeks, kids will participate in various drills to help us determine their skill set and football IQ. At the end of 2 weeks, they may be assigned a position or multiple positions. For those younger kids that require additional development time, we're fortunate to be in the East Wake Football League that provides a 5th quarter that allows these kids to get the reps and exposure they need to develop. This is a competitive football league, and playing time is not given, it's earned. If your child is chosen to be on a gray team, this does not mean he does not participate with the orange team during the regular game. It just allows him more exposure during a dedicated time that he can get reps and exposure in a safe environment. Coach Justin's information is at the bottom of the slide. We ask that you adhere to the 24-hour rule before contacting Coach Justin regarding questions or concerns. Thank you very much and look forward to seeing everyone on August 1st at 6 p.m.
Hi, this is the head coach for the Midas, Sean Ziegler, and look forward to meeting you all this season.
Hello, everyone. This is your head coach for the Mighties, Coach Ziegler. I'm here to introduce the coaching staff. We have our offensive coordinator, Terrence Cummings, defensive coordinator, Eddie Williams, and our two other assistant coaches, Milton DeVille and Leroy Hagee. As for the season, as you can see on the slide, what we expect out of the kids attendance-wise, we want you to be on time and be prepared for practice, so show up on time and be ready to practice with all your gear needed for that day. Please keep the kids hydrated, especially early in the season when it's hot, but most people want to cruise off, think that they don't need to stay hydrated. We still need to stay hydrated even later on in the season. As far as the kids' behavior, obviously, with the Strong Center, we expect them to have good conduct on and off the field. That means in school and at home. We will teach them the good sportsmanship that we expect out of them during the game and in practice. We will always respect each other and our teammates and the other team, so that will be iterated, and I'm sure if it comes up, it'll be corrected. We will try to ensure that every child gets the playing time that they have earned throughout the week during practice. So please show up to practice so that you can get all the training that they need in order for that week's preparation for the game. My contact info is at the very bottom of the slide. That is my personal phone number. Please keep in mind, post games, there is a 24-hour rule to give us all a chance to calm down and be able to conversate with level heads. And then saying that, I look forward to being your coach and having a great season this year, and having plenty of fun and learning and teaching the game of football.
Welcome, Bengal families, to the 2022 tackle football season. This is your head coach, Ryan Toney. My staff and myself are extremely excited about the potential this season has in store for us. We have over 30 kids signed up to play. There's a lot of talent on this roster. My question to you is, what are you going to do to be one of those 11 spots on the field? How are you going to compete? What are you going to do day one to seize that opportunity? Again, we look forward to this, and I look forward to seeing all you. Come prepared. We'll see you Monday, August 1st, 6 p.m. Have a good one. Welcome, Bengal families, to the 2022 tackle football season. This is your head coach, Ryan Toney. My staff and I are very excited about the potential this season has in store for us. We're also excited to return Paul Kaplar in his 7th season as offensive coordinator and Josh Gamer in his 4th season as defensive coordinator. We're also excited to have added 2 new assistants to the Pee Wee staff. Delray Rhodes, who will focus heavily on offense with Coach Kaplar, and Chris Swenson returning as coach to work with receivers and defensive backs. I also want to take this time to introduce to the wonderful folks to help keep myself and the rest of us on task during the season and especially on game days. Kelly Swenson as our lead team mom, Nicole Curran, Jennifer Copeland, and Heather Brown. As you can see on the screen, you have my email address, and you also have the lead team mom's email address and where you can reach us with any kind of concerns or questions you may have, or maybe you want to just see how you can get involved and volunteer. So feel free, don't hesitate, ask us anything you want, and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. Again, welcome, thank you, and we look forward to the season.
So parents, here what we want to touch on is looking at our character or Pee Wee Foundation program. Look, it does not take talent. It does not take physical or gifted athletic ability to show up to practice every single day with a positive attitude and 100% effort. Okay, that's what we're looking for, right? We're looking for those kids to come to practice attentive, work hard, compete every single rep that they get to be the best that they possibly can be. Safety is going to be our biggest concern, obviously, teaching the fundamentals. This is a contact sport. Conditioning will also be a proponent of that, because when you get tired, what happens? You get sloppy, you get lazy, you make mistakes, which can cause an injury not only to yourself, but another teammate or somebody on another team. So we'll focus heavily on that. And our big thing, our philosophy here is everything that we look at is preparing your child for the next level. Number one thing to do is to teach them how to fail, right? Perseverance, the number one attribute of all successful people across the world, whether they're millionaires, billionaires, business owners, whatever it is perseverance. And we're going to teach your child how to persevere moving forward in the 2021 season and prepare them to be the best player they can possibly be once they go to middle school and on the JV and varsity football. Okay, parents, so what do we expect, and what can you expect to see from us? Well, we look at our core values, and obviously being a student athlete, education is your future, but you also need to learn how to be a student athlete, how to have great character, giving the effort, that we talked about in a previous slide, but also being coachable and being team before self. I understand that, kid may want to play quarterback or be a running back or a wide receiver. I understand that, but there's only so many positions to fill, and we may look at them and say, hey, look, I think they're a better fit or may have more success here. And that could even be on the line, or maybe that's just playing defense this season, and that's okay. We want the kids to focus on being the best version of themselves, putting the team first, okay? But also understanding, just get on the field. That's what we want the mentality to be. It doesn't matter what position you play, just get on the field. We will compete every single practice regardless. It does not matter whether you get 1 rep, 10 reps, or 20. Compete every single time to show the coaches what you can do, how you're learning, how you're progressing, and that's how you get on the field more, by doing those things in practice. Not showing it in a game. You got to show proficiency in practice before we start getting you more repetitions in the game. Some of the things that we're looking for, we may need a videographer and even a statistician. If anybody wants to help us track stats during the season, please reach out to myself or Stacy Swenson, the team moms. I think that would be very helpful for us to be able to see where we are as an organization and where our players are. And I think it'd be fun for the players to kind of see what their numbers look like during the course of that season.
Hello, my name is Scott Fowler, your head coach for the 14U Strong Center Cardinals for the 2022 season. The 14U team will be the first to use the Strong Center brand after 8 years of being closely aligned with the Bengal brand. We're excited for this change, and I'm excited to be back in a head coaching role for this season. I'm going to use this time to tell you a little bit about our 14U volunteers, what you can expect from us, and a little about my coaching philosophy. I look forward to meeting everyone and getting the 2022 season off to a good start. So let's kick this thing off. Again, this is Scott Fowler, your head coach. I want to start by introducing the team mom for 2022, which will be Jody Smith. Jody is returning as a team mom after being a team mom last year. She did a great job for us, so we're happy to have her back again, even though she does not have a player on the 14U team. So we'd love to get her some additional volunteers to help. If you're interested in helping us out during practices and on the sideline during game days, then certainly let us know, and we'll get you plugged in there. Assistant coaches this year, Shiloh Smith will be returning. Coach Smith coached with us last year on the 14U team, did a great job, so we're happy to have him back. Sonny Wilson has coached the younger age groups, and so this will be his first year at the 14U level. We're happy to have him moving up and look forward to a great season. Again, there are opportunities here for volunteers. If you're an experienced coach or have an interest, certainly let us know, and we can get you plugged in. Now to talk a little bit about our coaching philosophy and what you can expect there. You can see our 14U mission: help develop a love and appreciation of the game of football in our players so that they may gain life lessons that football teaches like no other sport. I firmly believe, and you'll see this some on the next slide, that some of the fundamental character traits that it takes to be a successful person are really taught well in football, and so we're going to work on those things. And we believe that a love for the game and appreciation of the game really leads to being able to use those life lessons later on down the road. For coaching philosophy, we're going to begin working on the fundamentals of football day one. We're a football team. We're not a cross-country team. You're not going to see us running a lot of laps. You're not going to see us doing a lot of those things. You're going to see us getting repetitions in football skills. I'm going to push coaches. I'm going to push players to have fast-paced practices. My expectation is that we get a lot of reps. Reps are key. If we can get 10 reps out of each player for a tackling drill, and the team down the street is only getting 5 reps because they're going at a slower pace, we're going to be better at tackling. We're going to get as many reps as we can. We're going to use progressive teaching models. We're going to start with the basics and add to it and get better over time. 100% effort is going to be key. You'll see that on the next slide. That is one of our key fundamentals that we're going to talk about in the very first week, actually. We want to improve football IQ and prepare these players for high school. For most of these guys, high school is the next step. We want them to be prepared. We want them to make an impact on their high school teams right when they join. And we're going to play as a team and celebrate as a team. We want the bottom bullet there about team chemistry. I believe that the players that are playing for each other and playing as a team, not themselves, they have a chance. Teams with chemistry have a chance. I always say that every year, and it's always true. For safety, we're gonna practice proper tackling techniques. We've already had a few slides about that, so I won't go through it again. But proper football techniques generally are safer techniques. They lead to a safer game. And we're going to design our drills with a purpose. We're not going to line kids up 10 yards apart and just have them, slamming into each other. That doesn't happen on the field on game day, and we're just not going to do it in our practices either. So on the next slide, we're going to talk about character and our character program. The 14U Foundations program is a character development program that I've adapted from John Wooden's, the famous UCLA basketball coach John Wooden's book, Pyramid of Success, along with some points that I've taken from a coaching seminar that was given by Clemson head coach Dabo Swinney that I was able to go to a few years ago. We'll cover topics from the pyramid that you see on the screen there, with an article to read or a video to watch that will be sent out early each practice week. And on the last day of practice each week, we'll discuss the reading or video assignment along with the foundation topic, obviously. The discussion will often have a faith-based aspect with biblical scripture references. We invite parents to listen in on our discussions each week as we'll gather the players where parents can listen in on the field. Really proud of this program. I've been doing this, doing the foundation discussions for as long as I've been a head coach, 6 years of head coaching. And I've always been concerned that the foundation discussions would get dropped as we run short of practice time each week. But I'm really proud to say that we have never missed a foundation discussion in any of those 6 years, and I expect this year to be no different. So this is a really great aspect of our practices, and as I say, just really proud of it and wanted to continue. So what can you expect as we start this 2022 season? As I mentioned on the previous slide, character is our foundation, and we're gonna work on that. We're gonna express the importance of it with every player, starting with 100% effort. As I mentioned on the previous slide, that will be the first topic we cover, and it's going to be expected on the field as well as in the classroom, because education is these players' future. One way or the other, education is their future. We're going to expect them to play for each other. Don't play for your coach. Don't play for your parents. Don't play for yourself. Play for each other and lift each other up. We're going to excel at the basics. We're going to block well. We're going to tackle well. We're going to expect players to be coachable. If they want to be coachable, and they want to excel, they want to get better, we're going to help them do that. And part of being coachable is not making excuses when something doesn't go as they expected it to go. Don't come back to the huddle and make excuses. Just make your mistakes and get better and move on. We're going to compete in practice. We're going to have kids competing for positions. We're going to compete in our drills. We're going to expect players to compete. We're going to work towards perfection. We may not get perfect on every play, but that is going to be our goal. We're going to, as I mentioned in previous slides, there's going to be a lot of reps, and the goal of doing those reps is to get towards is work towards perfection. We're going to expect effort and discipline from everybody on the field, and as I mentioned just a minute ago, we know we're going to make mistakes, but we're going to correct them. We're going to move on. As I mentioned earlier, if you want to help out as a team mom, if you want to help out as a photographer or videographer, we could always use volunteers in those areas. So please let us know, and thank you for your time. Look forward to getting this season started.
All right, this is one of my favorite quotes from Coach Lombardi, and we believe this. It's the combined efforts of all of our participants, volunteers, parents, and kids that make this organization successful. So we appreciate any help you can give, and we want to see another great season of positive energy and success. Thank you. All right, this brings us to the end of our presentation. As I said at the beginning, this presentation will be on loop, so if you came in a little bit late, just hang tight. We're going to have a video on the Chuck Noll Game of Life Award that was assembled by Ziegler last season, and that'll roll for a few minutes, and then the entire presentation will begin again. Throughout the season, grab a coach, grab a mom, grab one of the administration. We are happy to help you and share what we've learned, how we want to operate, etc. And again, we appreciate you being part of our program, and we look forward to a really great season. Thank you, and go Bengals.
Hi, my name is Ziegler, and our family has been a part of the Strong Center for Excellence for 5 years now. My husband Sean is a football coach. My son Malcolm has now aged out of the program. My daughter Reagan and my son Matthew, they still have a few more years left. But I thought I would share with you football through the eyes of a football mom. Football. There has been lots of talk over the years. It is my goal to share the positive impact that the Strong Center for Excellence in Football has made on my family. Football. It is a commitment not only for the players, but for the coaches and parents. It takes commitment to show up on hot summer nights and on cold fall evenings. The commitment of playing and coaching a sport when you are passionate breeds discipline, focus, and drive that goes beyond playing football. In my opinion, it teaches kids that if you want to be great at anything, you must first be committed to putting in the work, disciplined enough to make the sacrifices, and prepared to overcome the obstacles, all while focusing on the desired outcome. The commitment required for football is the beginning of developing leaders of influence in our community and also in our world. The Strong Center continues to push our kids to be the best that they can be. It is important that coaches build kids up, all while pushing them to be their best, to do their best, and to learn from their mistakes. Many times on the fields, players can be intimidated by coaches, other teams, and sometimes lose confidence in their own abilities. Our coaches and staff are sensitive to understanding the needs of the players collectively and individually. I am proud to say that even in tough times, they teach our kids to be courageous and never give them permission to quit. These lessons will continually impact our kids in the years to come by always encouraging them to be their best self and to look fear in the face, all while persevering and overcoming to make their dreams reality. On our team, excellence is not an option, it is a requirement. Our organization strives to instill in each child that when you show up and give your best at practice, that your hard work will pay off. The term "you play like you practice" is a saying that you will often hear from our coaches. Our coaching staff takes pride in teaching our kids to do things the right way, especially when it comes to safety on the field. There are countless hours spent teaching the proper ways to tackle. Excellence is also demonstrated through teaching our kids to have a positive attitude no matter the outcome. Good sportsmanship is required to be a Bengal. The standard of excellence set by this organization will impact our kids in the years to come. In life, there are no shortcuts. The shortcuts taken will later lead to many problems down the road, while excellence and doing things right builds character, integrity, and a great leader. The respect that our parents have for our coaches and the staff is what keeps people coming back and what continues to bring new faces to the program. The atmosphere of family created by this program is what continues to unite the coaches, players, parents, and community to make the Strong Center for Excellence and football more than a sport. It's changing lives, bringing families together, impacting our community, and helping develop our boys into men that will be the leaders of tomorrow. Football, a sport driven to make a positive impact on everyone that it reaches.